to 95, 300, 305, plus the $1,000 I got in a stack in a rubber band, plus the millions of fucking pennies, the 100 pennies I have, plus the couple of quarters I have. I have money. Thank you. Not enough, I say, after getting back from the mall. Hey, for some of you, this is your first time seeing me, and it's probably not a good impression. For some more of you, your first impression of me may have been me crying at my camera for a good 10-15 minutes. I don't know how long that video was. And some of y'all have known me for a minute. And I still have, you know, I do have 2 jobs. I do, promise. That's why I have money. Not my parents' money, promise you that. My parents are making me pay them for some things, even though I'm not graduated yet. But I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Anyways, I went to Hot Topic today, and I got this shirt. And I also got some new earrings. Look at those. Yeah. Oh shit, they're upside down. But yeah, and it has some stud earrings, so I can wear those to work. And then, is that a totem pole? Can I wear that? I don't know what that is. I hope it's not, something I'm not allowed to wear. That's besides the point. I don't think I'm gonna do an update video because I feel like if I explain the things that have transpired since my crash out video, yeah, I feel like if I state those changes, things in this, I feel like some things may go wrong, and I might embarrass myself even further than I already have. That being said, because I am an 18-year-old who has been working 2 jobs, I have seen some things and I've dealt with some things already. And I've also had a job before these 2 jobs, but that was when I was 16 and I'm 18. I had a whole gap for over a year. A year and a half, I would say. A year and a half gap of me being unemployed, which is embarrassing. But I have some money now. Clearly, if I'm going to Hot Topic. Like I said, things have changed. I'm still moving out. Just circumstances and locations have changed. And I will be moving out after I graduate. No more. We're gonna read some workplace Reddit stories. I feel like I should have grabbed a drink before. Let me go get a drink. I spilled that drink everywhere. Because I poured it too fast, and then the foam just came out. And it was, I regret some things. We sway, I go. We are logging on to Reddit. Oh, love seeing politics right when I open up Reddit. I'm really only on Reddit for my YouTube videos, so I don't know if that's a normal thing, or am I the asshole for being creeped out by my coworkers? This was posted 2 years ago, but on this channel we don't really care when it was posted. I'm still reading it. Am I the asshole for being creeped out by coworkers? Fake names used for privacy. I, 19 male, work at a movie theater with a bunch of other people my age. There are really good people there, but there's this one group of guys that I was getting really bad vibes from, and my suspicions were recently confirmed, as they normally are. Context: I have autism and have struggles with communication sometimes. One night on my shift, one of the guys, 16 to 17 male, out of nowhere asked me if I'm a meat muncher or a glizzy gobbler. I hadn't had a chance to fully process it because I was busy and just kind of brushed it off as a failed attempt at humor. But then tonight I was approached by one of my coworkers who we're going to call Logan, 22 male. Logan, in front of all the guys who he talks with when the theater is slow, straight up just asked me how long my penis is. Shocked by the audacity, I asked Logan what made him ask, and he said we were having a debate on whose meat was the longest, and it was between you and Micah. I didn't think anything of it at first, but after thinking about it for a little while, I realized that me and Micah were the only two autistic workers there. This just made me feel really uncomfortable, and I had to vent this. Am I the asshole here? Not the asshole, immediately. Fucking inappropriate as fuck. Well, okay. Fucking gross to ask anybody that you're not friends with. The fuck? Or even people that you're friends with, depending on what your relationship with them is. Automatically not the fucking asshole. That's fucking gross. The fuck? Okay. People are just fucking gross, essentially. Let's go on a less sexually inappropriate note. Am I the asshole for flaking on a coworker after deciding to keep my work life and private life private? Or separate. Fuck. Work life and private life separate. I started a new job a few months ago, and there's an older guy with whom I get along really well. We became work buddies, though he was always the one to come hang out at my desk instead of me going to his. I'm a woman, by the way. Okay. We might be going in the same direction as the last one. Maybe. A few weeks ago, he asked me to go to lunch outside of work as a friend, and I agreed. We scheduled lunch for next weekend since that was the only time that worked for me. But since agreeing, I've had second thoughts because I just want to keep personal and work life separate. So this past Monday, I canceled our lunch plans. I told him this and was very friendly about it. I sensed he was a little miffed, but figured it wasn't a big deal. However, since I canceled, he's been 100% ignoring me to the point where the other coworkers have noticed. He doesn't even peek in to say hi. It makes me feel bad, like I did something wrong. He is married and I have a boyfriend, so I don't think he had romantic intentions. But why would he act this way? I guess I should never have agreed to go to lunch in the first place, but am I the asshole here? Any advice on how I should proceed? So, you're not inclined to put yourself in a position that you don't want to be in. And I feel like that's coming, like, that's, I don't know. I feel like that doesn't mean a lot coming from me because I've noticed that I always, like, talk, like, a big, like, oh, stand up for yourself, like, confidence game. But I'm kind of a pushover. No, you're not inclined to ever do something like this that you don't want to do. Like, it's not for work. He just wanted to go to lunch. And the thing is that it normally is with male coworkers, married or not, taken or not, a lot of them will try to get with you in ways that you may not realize. And most of the comments, and I agree, this motherfucker was hitting on you. Bro was hitting on you. Because when my friends cancel plans on me, I don't really get mad. Especially not like a week in advance. No. I don't know if that's just because sometimes I like to stay inside or what. Maybe I don't even know what the hell I'm saying. But bottom line is, not the asshole. You do not have to go to lunch with this bitch. No. You're fine. You're doing great, sweetie. You're allowed to change your mind. You're fine. He's being fucking weird. Because he's just 100% ignoring you is crazy. 100% ignoring you is fucking... Bro. I don't think this is an Am I the Asshole one. It just says, should I tell my manager about this? From 3 months ago. There's an update at the bottom of the post. I, 17 female, started working at a retail store. I got trained with 2 other employees, one being a middle-aged Indian guy. First thing he says to me is he manages/owns a liquor store and makes a lot of money, so this new retail job is just for fun. I've been working there for a couple months now, and he's been fine until today. We start talking and he asked me if I'm underage. I say yes, and then he asked if I drink. I said I'm not supposed to, but I do sometimes. He tells me he can get me discounts on booze and to just add him on Instagram and we can DM. He then asks what I'm doing after work. I tell him I'm hanging out with friends, which he then asks if my friends are all girls or if there are guys. I tell him mostly girls, but also some guys. He asks if I hang out with any brown people, and I say some of my friends are, but it doesn't really matter to me what ethnicity they are. He then says how he should come hang out with us and he will bring booze and to just message him on Instagram. By this point, I'm really uncomfortable. Then he asks me if I like chocolate and what my favorite chocolate is. I tell him it doesn't matter. I like all chocolate. I'm trying to end the conversation. He asks what time I finish work, and then he tells me he finishes an hour after me. It's not done yet, but this is... I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna go into detail, but I've been in a situation like this before at work. Not exactly, definitely some different things going on here. It was definitely while I was a minor, because you know my 18th birthday was only like 10 days ago. My boyfriend then came to visit the store, so I was talking to him a little bit. Then he leaves my creepy coworker. When he leaves, my creepy coworker comes up to me and asks me who that was. I say it's my boyfriend. He asked if he got me Christmas presents. I said yeah, he did, but won't tell me what he got me. He then said, oh, maybe he got you something spicy. I'm just really creeped out by him, and we're always working in the same department. We're both seasonal workers. I've talked to 2 other girls. One says she also thinks he's really creepy and has said things to her before, but she immediately shut it down, so he avoids her now. She told me that he looks at girls weird too and gives off really creepy vibes. The other girl just thinks he's really funny. I know I should have shut down the conversation faster or said something to him, but what should I do now? Update, he quit. There was a few shifts after the incident where we were supposed to work together, but he never showed up. I asked my supervisor today, and turns out he quit. Maybe he was trying his luck on his last day. I told my supervisors and some other employees when they told me he quit. I had already previously told my parents about what had happened and some coworkers. Yep, everyone's just saying that he's a groomer. Yeah. Yeah, there's no way around it. Because this guy, definitely worse than my guy that I fucking dealt with. I'm gonna try to read one more that maybe is just about getting fucking annoyed at customers. Do customers not know or care when someone is on lunch? This one shouldn't have any sexual harassment in it. So let's go with this one. Goddamn. This is a part work rant, but I'm also curious as to what people think or how they treat someone who's on break or lunch. Has anyone ever worked a job like restaurant or fast food where you could eat your lunch out in the main area as the customers? Same as the customers. Has anyone ever asked you questions or try to get you to work while off the clock? I normally see a worker eating and tell myself to leave them alone, but from my experience, that's not always the case. Here's my story. People, at least in my job, don't really, like at the job that I work at where there's the main floor that I'm supposed to eat in for my meal breaks. People have not bothered me yet, so I don't really and it's like also coworkers at the job that I work in the kitchen. Sometimes they ask me for my help while I'm on break, but it's normally when they don't realize that I'm on break. Years ago, I worked at a restaurant that my aunt and uncle owned. It was a small 10-table place. My aunt and uncle stayed in the back and cooked while my cousin, their son, and I worked the front. It was always busy but manageable as long as everyone showed up. Oftentimes, my cousin wouldn't show up unannounced, forcing me to pull double duty. One day during Thanksgiving weekend years ago left my soul crushed. Black Friday we open and it's madness from the moment we open. My cousin doesn't show up. I work non-stop, seating new customers, taking their orders, running orders to the kitchen, serving the food, cleaning tables, manning the register, answering the phone, manning the bar, restocking the drinks, and taking in deliveries for 7 straight hours. I would kill myself. Things finally slow down enough and my aunt comes to the front to give me a break. I am near delirious by now, hungry, dehydrated, and tired. I make myself a quick meal and eat it out in the main dining area with the customers as I didn't want to eat in the hot kitchen in the back. My aunt runs a few orders to the back as a notorious customer comes in and seats himself. The man is known to have zero patience. My aunt isn't moving fast enough and the customer recognizes me as the server. He sits down at the table next to me as I'm eating lunch and taps my shoulder. I'll take a number 10 and a green tea, he says, sitting down. No hello, sorry to bother you, or any greeting. I gave him a what the fuck look and snap. Well, I'm on lunch right now, but I'll go ahead and put your order in, I say. Ask me if I care, he responds while pulling out his phone and never making eye contact with me. He eats and leaves. No tip, obviously. Now, I'm not a server. I work register at one of my jobs, and I work in the kitchen at one of my jobs. That, I can't, After having worked my ass off for like hours straight, I can barely handle it when I'm in the kitchen and servers come in and ask me to change the order that I'm in the middle of making. Dear great heavens. I don't know how one has the strength to not go to jail. I personally don't know if I would have been able to handle that. But again, I'm not a server. I don't know what it's like to be a server. The most people have ever done, like the most customers have ever done to really annoy me is not listen when I explain something on the menu to them, or when they hit on me while I'm trying to do work and I say no the first time. I don't even really mind that much when they ask me the first time, but it's I always say like no, or I'm a lesbian or some shit like that. And then they keep asking. That's what generally pisses me off. I hope you got tipped well the rest of the night. Still fucking irritated just from hearing that shit. Goddamn. Hello? No, hello. How was your day? Good morning, good evening, nothing. Maybe I need to stop doing Reddit stories. Or maybe I need to pick lighter topics. Maybe I need to pick a positive topic instead of this bullshit. Why do I keep doing this? I don't know. Because people seem to like it. And it's not like I don't like doing it. It's just sometimes when it gets to certain topics, I don't know how I'm supposed to react. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to say there. You know? But, sorry, I never look at the camera because when I film on my phone, I feel like when I look into the camera, I look really weird. So I just, like, kind of look myself in the eye. I make eye contact with myself right there. Let me try to actually look at the camera. I don't like it. It feels like I'm making eye contact with a random person. And I don't like doing that, but I'm gonna train myself to do it. See, I don't know how I look. I don't know how I look doing this. I do different types of videos on my channel. So if you like this, but you also like vlogs or even makeup videos or shopping videos, things like that, I might be your girl, you know? Maybe. I upload every Thursday. Sometimes I get technology delays and sometimes it's Friday at midnight. And then sometimes I upload a surprise middle of the week video. Sometimes. Not always, but typically when there's like updates or like I'm crashing out a little bit. Sometimes I film with friends. A lot of times I film by myself. But I have a goal of getting to 500 subscribers by the end of the year. And I hope this channel documents my growth into adulthood and my growth as a person, and also just entertains. I'm gonna go clean my room and do my homework, because on top of working 2 jobs, I am also a senior in high school. And this is some bullshit. And I also want to go to sleep. So, you should stay spooky and don't be a loser.
Baby,